Okay, we're back. Okay, what's up, agents? What's up, Brunos? Today, your host is back, Rayce A Abbott from the Abbott Agency, and today I'm going to be doing Astroneer Season 5, Episode 3. I've not done this in a while. Last night I was promising to stream, but I did not because I got carried away because me and my friend were playing Astroneer. We're just having a hell of a time, you know? Alright. You know, aluminum. We probably spent it all on a tractor, I think. Yeah. There it is. Oh, but we have 2 of these generators? Okay, well, I'm gonna be watching something interesting. It's called Michael Larson Press Your Luck. So if no one knows this, there is a man named Michael Larson who went on television and to Press Your Luck. I think like the record was like 20,000. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna probably say it around maybe 20,000. This homie managed to get about 100,000 goddamn dollars on this show. I have no idea how he did it, but homie, he did it. He destroyed it, and he wasn't testing his luck. He was testing his skill, because he wasn't cheating at all. Barking! Let's build another underground base. Alright.
Competitive game, as you've been watching the last few days, you know that. And this is, well, this is the exciting day because this is the final day of the big home player game. Yes, yes, I know, but it is the final big bucks today. I can feel it. Remember yesterday, Georgia Bay Davis of Corsicana, Texas, won a trip to Rio de Janeiro. So we're lucky to grab onto it because the home players picked up number round 2. We're going to be playing it for you, and I know it's going to be big bucks. So let's talk to the 3 players who are going to vie for the big bucks today and press your luck. Starting with our returning champion, Ed Long. Ready, Ed? $7,516. Ed, what are you going to do besides buy a lot of E-Cup reserves?
No, I won't buy any of those, I promise, Peter. I really don't know. I still probably believe it.
Yeah, you got it. It's all yours, Ed.
Yes.
1,005. Maybe you can make some more today.
I hope so.
All right, best of luck to you. Let's meet our second player, Michael Larson. How are you, Michael?
Michael Larson.
I drive an ice cream truck in the summer. I hope to earn that money here not to have
Do you have it with you today? Do you have the ice cream truck with you today?
No, I didn't.
The story's fake, by the way. He did this just to get in the show. He even withdrawn like $50,000 in $1 bills in order to like redeem them, but like he got robbed. Wonder.
Well, hopefully you won't OD on money, Michael. Best of luck to you. And let's meet our third player, Janie Petras. How are you, Janie?
Oh yes, I worked 6 years for a crazy Polish dentist.
What'd you do?
He sings to his patients and serves them drinks to calm them down a little bit.
I don't think it's so crazy. I like that. All right, Janie, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You make some money today on Press Your
Oh,
Luck,
yeah.
okay? You know how we do this? Give me a correct buzz and answer, you get 3 spins. The correct multiple choice answer, 1 spin. And of course, you know what's up on that board. Most of it's good, but a few whammies. So hopefully you'll earn some spins. Here we go. Crow's feet are those facial lines around the eyes that we get from squinting. According to American Health Magazine, at what age does the average, Janie,
40?
does the average person get them? Is the correct answer 40, 30, or 50? Ed? 40. Ed says it's 40. 40. 40. The average person gets serious crow's feet at the age of 40. Ed gets the spin. Michael gets the spin. Jenny gets 3. Obviously, none of you have crow's feet since I'm 20. I certainly don't. Moving right along, okay? You've probably got President Franklin D. Roosevelt in your pocket or purse right now because his likeness is on the head side. Michael?
$50 bill.
A $1 coin is the correct answer. $50 bill, nickel, or a dime. Ed?
A dime.
Dime, says Ed. Janie, what do you
I'll
think?
say a dime.
Well, FDR is on the dime. Ed goes to 2. Janie goes to 4. Third question, because it looks like Ed goes to the next question. What member of the wedding party is responsible for giving the check to the clergyman? Janie?
Best man.
Right is the correct answer. The best man, the groom, the bride, the father. Ed?
I should know this, shouldn't I? I really should know this. I'll be in deep trouble if I don't get it.
You're right, Ed.
You can tell it's just on the end of my tongue.
Best man.
You got it.
Okay, what do you think, Michael?
It's the best man.
Best man, well, yeah, it's the best man. Ed goes to 3, Michael to 2, Katie to 7. The pressure was on, Ed, but you pulled it out. Congratulations. Okay, fourth question. They say they're coming back. And personally, I can hardly wait. According to the Los Angeles Herald-Examiner, if a woman wears a miniskirt to flatter her legs, she should wear a heel at least how many inches high? Janie?
2.
All right, is the correct answer 2, 1, or 3? Ed? 2. What do you think, Michael?
I'll say 2.
2. This time it's the short.
Oh, so you seem to vote. I've never watched this game before.
This week in Game Show history, Game Show creator Phil Todman is born. People start doing crazy things for money on Almost Anything Goes, and MTV hits the airwaves. Soon after, Remote Control launches with an unknown comedian, Adam Sandler.
$2,000 up there as long as well as some surprises and prizes and a few whammies, so you want to be careful. The player who gets this round with the most money gets to play last in the final round. After remaining within the time during your turn, 4 whammies put you out of the game. The player with the least amount of spins goes first. Michael, 3. You ready? That's it. Big bucks.
Come on. Big bucks, big bucks. I'm going. Stop.
You gotta win.
Oh. Alright.
Michael, 1 whammy, 2 spins, no bucks.
By the way, if you get a whammy in this game, it deletes all your money.
Whammies, no whammies. Come on, big bucks. I need lots of money. Come on. Go. Stop.
Stop.
Yep, 1200.
I'm going. Stop.
Another 1250. Oh, this is gonna be gold.
at an air conditioner, Janie. Value
The hell? Winter or fall?
Summer or the spring, Michael?
Spring?
Fall.
Michael J. Yeah, well, a dog normally sheds his fur in the springtime.
Really? He's right. You do learn something every day.
We have a strange dog. Well, it's just, you got a strange puppy, and it's okay. Here we go. In the famous Cannonball Loop, the three who sailed in the wooden shoe were Blinken, and Nod. Says Nod is the correct answer. Friend. And Nod. Nod is nodding at me, eh? Nod is Blinken, Blinken, and Nod. There goes the line. Okay, here we go. The Polish call it their native dance, but it's really native to Czechoslovakia, and it's one of Lawrence Wells' favorites. Michael, polka. What is this popular folk? Is it the polka, the mazurka, or the hora? Ed, polka. Polka for Ed, Janie. That folk dance is the polka.
The polka. Sadly, Michael Larson died of throat cancer in like 1999. By the way, he spent 6 months practicing for this show.
Will Michael break the bank? Will the Whammy steal his winnings? Will Peter run out of things to say? The second half of the Press Your Luck Michael Larson episodes is next.
Will he break the bank? No, he's shattering the bank. That's what Michael Larson is doing. $4,000 plus a spin. Oof. 5,000 in a spin. Homie just went from $2,000 to $11,000. Shit, there goes another 1,000. A trip to Kauai. $4,000 plus a spin. This man is kicking ass and taking names. 700 plus a spin, that's fine. He is now at 19,000. $5,000 plus one spin. $26,000. Oh. Yeah, I'm just spin. Oh my god. $32,000. Another 4,000. Jesus, this guy's pouring out money.
Well, I want to tell you, you are watching Press Your Luck history in the making. At this point, Michael Larson has taken day record on pressure lock. But we are going to have to stop now for these messages.
We promised 2016 would be big for buzzing.
Thank you, everyone.
And we're not done yet. This month, the celebration continues with special Press Your Luck episodes featuring Michael Larson, the man who broke the bank. Plus, coming this fall, the exclusive premiere of our original special.
This had to have. Looks like my teacher. Not saying it's a bad thing, but like, kind of. Damn, $30,000, bro. That could buy a car, a really good truck in a day, and this is like probably like what 1970s. I'm not too sure. 3,000 in the spin. He's at 40,000. He's got 10 times his opponent's number. Not even theirs combined times. But you have to combine theirs and multiply it by 5 in order to make it equal. Dude, he's literally cucking the system. I'm sorry if I had to say that. He's literally cucking the system. I think I know where I'm at. Oh man, I'm trash. 51. That's not like funny that's not like silly money either. That's a lot of money. 500. Not bad. And he gets another spin from it. He's literally the second coming of Christ. For the 65K. Bruh, I bet you the directors right now are just pissed. Imagine, okay, I want you guys to imagine you're running a game show, and then all of a sudden you expect people to get like they probably spend like $1,000, and they get like 1,500, and they probably walk off with 500. I don't know how much what the entry cost. I don't know if there's like an entry cost, but whatever. Imagine you have a game show and someone accidentally you expect them to take away probably like $3,000-ish dollars. They take away freaking like what? 101,000. You gotta be pissing your pants right now if that were happening on your game show. Stop! 5,000.
Michael, you have rolled 31 times without a whammy.
31 times. He found it. He found a way to exploit the algorithm of how this game rolls. Like actually.
Big bucks, please. Stop! 4,000 and a spin. 78,851. 32 spins without a whammy. 78,851. 4 spins. This one for real. Big bucks. Stop at 500 and a spin. 79,351. Michael, you can't get rid of the bucks. You can't sell those spins. You don't want to give away. You've got 75,000 more to gain. Here we go. 79,351. 33 spins. 4,000. Up to $83,351. Michael, 83,000. It's gonna go. Ah, 3,000 and a spin. Michael, you still have the same 4 spins. What do you want to do?
Press your luck. Actually, no. Press your skill. Press your skill.
Stop at
4,000. Jesus, he's at 90K.
4,051 to go with it.
Tom. Oof. $100,000. Back then, you could, I mean, even with 100,000 today, you could buy a small house. You could basically buy a small house with a car and pay off a ton of money with $100,000. That's a lot of money. Jesus Christ, mate. Dude, that could pay my house's taxes for 20 years. And he got whammied.
One spin left, one whammy, no dollars. What do you think, Ed? I say pass on here. I go up there? Yeah, go ahead, Ed. Do something. Roll it.
Go for it. Go for it. Come on, Ray Watson. I need a 5,000 and a spin for Toby. Come on, stop.
Got 5,000.
What am I gonna do?
No. Oh, she's got 10,000.
Because Janie has just passed him 3 spins. Let's see if he can ward off our friend, the whale.
$1,107K. Here it is. And a trip to the Bahamas, and that closes it. The man's done. Jesus. You might want to stop wishing for big bucks. You might get bad luck. Your Mac.
I've been an air conditioning mechanic, and I drove an ice cream truck for about 10, 12 years, but I'm not this summer. No way.
How does it feel? How does it feel to be a part owner of CBS? What are you gonna do?
Invest in houses.
Real estate.
Yes, real estate. Shelter back.
Out here or back where you're from?
No, back home. I when you buy nothing. No, it'll be a surprise.
You think this might be a surprise to her as well? Michael, you were an absolute treat. I mean, that small thing, 90,000 kept going. Obviously, you felt right.
I came out here only once 20 because I wanted to come back and make a show.
Yeah, he wasn't invited back.
I feel right back for you, Michael, but you can't come back to the next show. Or you have won at least, I think, 3 times more than anybody's ever won this show. Congratulations. Spend it wisely and get your daughter a lovely birthday gift.
Okay, thank you.
It's been a real treat. And you're giving me $11,516. And I need, and Jamie will give you a lot of memories. You've had some good involved in history here. Until next time, when we'll see 3 new players, this is Chris saying thanks for pressing your button. Bye-bye.
I'm really quite literally. And that's it. The episode ended. I can't believe he actually. If you want to watch more on this guy, there is a video on Quickser about it. Man cheats it, and I'm gonna watch another one.
In May 1984, a man named Michael Larson spent his life savings to go to Los Angeles for an audition to a game show called Press Your Luck. The game featured a big board in which 18 squares would light up at seemingly random intervals, and participants Participants would then press a button to trigger the flashing to stop. Contestants would win whatever prize was featured in the box the light landed on, and at times an extra spin. There was also a character to pop up on the screen to steal all the money the contestant won up until that point. Following this simple set of rules, Larson was able to make over $100,000 off of that one appearance on Press Your Luck record label game show. At the time, CBS was so embarrassed by what happened, the network shelved the episodes for almost 20 years after that initial airing. And for good measure, they also banned Larson from the show for life. Though, technically, the man did absolutely nothing wrong. So, how did he do it? Michael Larson was an Ohio air conditioner repairman and part-time ice cream truck driver, which tells me he gets some sort of commission too. But yes. Oh, anyway, in between fixing people's AC and slinging ice cream sandwiches, Larson watched TV game shows, mainly Press Your Luck. The dude was convinced that he had discovered a pattern in how that big board would randomly light up the squares, because as it turns out, the board did indeed have a pattern. People creating these things were really naive back then, I guess, because if they screwed something like that up today, the show would have to be canceled almost immediately, because literally every contestant going up there would be a Michael Larson. The internet would have figured this out so fast. Using nothing but his VCR, the pause button, and what I have to assume was a lot of free time, I'm guessing they had a mild summer in Ohio in '84, Larson completely cracked the Press Your Luck board. He got the patterns down pat, not only figuring out when to stop the line at the biggest cash prizes, but also how to land on the spots that awarded the contestant an extra spin. And that part was key in his strategy. After practicing for months, almost from when the show first premiered in September the year before, Larson cashed most of whatever money he had to his name and flew out to LA. He booked an audition to be on the show, which at first I thought was weird since it's a game show or something, but it's not like they can let any random crazy person right off the street into the set. So yeah, I guess auditions kind of make sense. Now, here's the interesting thing. During the interview process, one of the show's supervisors apparently got wise to Larson's scheme. The dude was a little too enthusiastic about the bits up his sleeve, and that made him a little hesitant. And in fact, Larson was almost banned from the show entirely, but that was about it. So, the way the game would start is that contestants would answer trivia questions asked by the host in exchange for big board spins. Being that none of the questions involved air conditioner repair or chocolate drumsticks, that part of the show was Larson's Achilles heel. Not only that, but Larson hilariously jumped the gun on one of the questions right off the bat by responding before the host could even actually finish his sentence. He got his first question right then and there. Now, to be fair, other contestants also got a little carried away and answered before the host could actually finish asking the question itself. But those guys got the answers right at least. So, Larson ended up with the biggest spins for that first round. He had a winning boot. So, right then and there, if the producers were initially worried that this guy was some kind of mastermind about to fleece CBS for all it was worth, they probably weren't all that worried at this point, and that's when Hurricane Larson hit. In retrospect, it almost seems like Larson was playing a hustle from the get-go, intentionally foregoing his method at first, while it was safe, just to size up the other contestants. I can't see him being that confident. In the second round, however, Larson went straight with his technique and quickly overtook the other players, winning spin after spin. He missed a few spins at first, probably for being too keyed into the response time on his VCR pause button. I mean, but the remote was doing this and duration of the show, he had so many extra spins, contestants could barely even play the game during his insane long win streak. And I do mean long. Larson got so many extra spins, the show went longer than scheduled and had to be aired in 2 separate segments a week apart. Dude was winning so much, the sign in front of his spot at the game ran out of characters, and they had to drop the dollar sign to accommodate the 6 digits he had made. More than once, the host actually insisted Larson would just give up his extra spins in fear that he would inevitably end up landing on a whammy, which wasn't happening in the system. Now, this is what I find out. The host is expected to play everything out for TV, so naturally he acted somewhat sympathetic to this unusual character that was Larson. In fact, he even tried to prevent this modern-day Icarus from flying people into the sun, as it were. Now, while the host seems to be on Larson's side, in the control room, on the other hand, the situation was the complete opposite. The producers were losing their minds, completely convinced Larson was up to some kind of trick. They called up Michael Robbins, CBS's head of daytime programming, and they were like, "Okay, so, you know this guy here, and won't stop winning and press your luck? Do we even have a plan for that?" There was nothing they could do at the moment, but let the situation play out. Hope Larson went bankrupt and check the tapes after for any evidence of wrongdoing on Larson's part, and they did find a few red flags. Like how Larson would celebrate his wins almost immediately after pressing the buzzer, when it was more common for contestants to wait.
Oh, pause video real quick. This is if you don't know actually what this is, that these are shells actually. They're actually for a brand new event. They're pets. Yeah, they added pets in the game. I can't believe it either. I'm trying to find like solar panels or something.
Another thing that stood out to producers is that one of Larson's first wins was a Hawaii Island trip, and he seemed puzzled, almost disappointed by it. Like he expected something else to come up instead, even though he still won a prize. It was a bit of an odd reaction that wasn't quite in line with what producers were used to seeing from other players, or the fact that when Larson finally relinquished his eye-like red board, one of his opponents hit a whammy instantly, making the host actually wonder out loud if Larson somehow knew a whammy could do. This happened again. Under the rules, had to play the rest of the spins before he moved on. It seemed really suspicious that both other players hit whammies immediately after Larson decided to forego his extra spins. It really looked like he knew whammies were coming. So, armed with all this evidence, CBS initially refused to pay them. But there was absolutely nothing in the rules that said someone couldn't memorize the patterns of the board. He didn't interfere with the system in any way. He simply found the law and exploited it perfectly within
I mean, I hate to say it, but honestly, he deserves his money.
casino when you think about it. How even like it is worse, but he won. Now, something kind of interesting happened when Larson was
Yo. Jesus Christ. Wow. Holy shit. But that's not possible. They can't spawn here.
Several U.S. government agencies, including the FBI, for his involvement with some kind of foreign lottery scam. Again, in connection with multi-level shenanigans. Dude remained on the lam for 5 years. His whereabouts a mystery until he turned up dead of throat cancer in Florida in 1999. Actually, I'm not ahead of myself. He messed up again before that. He entered this radio contest that would award people $30,000 if they were able to find sequential U.S. currency. They found a mutual $10 that had sequential numbers, serial numbers. So he withdrew all of his money and started counting it at home to find these sequential bills. He couldn't find any, so he lost half of it. And then while he was at church, somebody broke into his house and stole the other half. That case, by the way, was never solved. And yeah, so then he died of throat cancer. And that's the story of Michael Larson. Half genius, half irredeemable scammer, all around American folk hero. Like stories like this make you feel like subscribe, you know the drill, right? And that's all the time I have for today. I'm busy and I'm done.
We went through the whole
you're ready, hit it, and the board will stop, and the spear will light up. The thing you did not want to do, ever, was land on a whammy. Because every time you landed on a whammy, a little cartoon character would come out and take away all your money. And if you got 4 whammies, you were out of the game.
Stop it over.
The odds of winning a whammy were about 1 in 6 for most people.
That's it. Big bucks.
But Michael Larson had a secret in his back pocket that the producers didn't know about. He knew how to win on pressure luck in a way that no one before him, no one after him, ever did.
Ed Long, accountant of the ministry, was on the show with Larson. He was in control for a long time. So many things that they had to take this show that was typically half hour and make it 2 shows an hour long. Michael Larson quickly passed the typical $10,000 to $15,000 win and continued to throw his luck to amazing heights.
He kept going and he kept going. He would make the top money amount available plus a spin virtually every time.
By the time Michael Larson finally ran out of spend, he had set a single appearance game show record, spending 47 times and earning an astonishing $110,237.
Thought about winning on Press
I think the largest group winning I've ever seen was wait, I haven't seen people. Has anybody ever heard of the chase? Well, here's what happens: is that these guys play against this guy known as the Beast, and he has to get their money. These guys. So how it works is that 3 players play and they answer trivia questions, and then they get money, and then this guy will offer them lower or higher amounts of money, right? And then, so when they choose it, they have to answer. There's this board, right, with panels. The Beast has his spot on the panel right behind the player. And the player can start with minimum money for closer to the bank, or they can start with maximum. So what happens is that if they get to the bank, they keep their money and play for the final round. If they don't, they can't come back. They have to leave the game, and their money is lost. These guys managed to win. Like, usually you win about $100,000 on the show. What?
Here.
Hold on, attention. I want it. Hold on, Sky. I'm gonna lift you. Sky.
Be careful picking her up.
Puppy! Puppy, puppy, puppy. Puppy, puppy, puppy.
She's like,
There you go, smile. Smile, Sky, you're on camera.
she had such a, she's like,
Smile, you're on camera, little puppy, yes you are. Not really.
oh, yes. Okay, excuse me.
Here, you wanna oh, wait, you can't see because you're so little. Yes, little.
Where's she at?
Oh, there you are. Don't. Hey, get out of my room, please. I'm sorry.
Hey.
What the hell?
That's weird.
Shoot. Go. Leave, please. I'm sorry, doggo, but you're going to choke on something. There's a lot of stuff in here you can eat.
Here we go. Okay, come on. Okay. Come here. Come here.
I am. I have no idea why my screen just went black. It's probably a TV error. I'm gonna use these as measuring devices. I know it might be using a ton of resin, but you know what? I can repay it. Managed to win. Like usually you win up and lift you. A little puppy and you are not it. Please, I'm sorry. $1,000 I'll let's see this. What the hell? Aww. I'm gonna lift you. Sky. Puppy. Puppy, 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 puppy. Aww. She's so cute.
Larson quickly passed the typical $10,000 to $15,000 win and continued to press his luck to amazing heights.
And he kept going, and he kept going. He would hit the top money amount available plus a spin virtually every time.
By the time Michael Larson finally ran out of spins, he had set a single appearance game show record, spinning 47 times and earning an astonishing $110,237.
When Michael Larson won $110,237 on a game show where you just didn't win $110,237, human nature is to cry cheat.
So how did it happen? Larson's brother James explains.
Well, he got hooked on watching Press Your Luck game show and used to record the shows. And then, by stopping and starting to videotape, he figured out that the boards they used in their game show was not a random board.
There had been numerous meetings about how to structure the electronics on the board. The producers came up with a pattern of 5 different sequences of lights flashing. In theory, 5 sequences would be enough to fool any civilian who would come on the show, except Michael Larson.
When you drive an ice cream truck, you are given automatically a huge amount of free time. And this guy watching all the time, got a VCR.
He slowed it down.
No, I guess it's not fake.
And started watching these patterns in slow motion and memorizing.
But that's your eyes on these two squares, you'll notice that a whammy never appears in either space. Larson noticed this too. He now knew where he wanted to stop the board, and having memorized the patterns, he knew when those spots were coming up. However, Larson learned on his very first spin that practicing at home was quite different than playing the game for real.
He got away.
Oh my God, maybe he is not doing it correctly. What's going on here?
Careful examination of the patterns reveals that it was merely a case of bad timing. As you can see, the very next move on the board would have been to one of the safe spots.
When he did his first few spins, he would do the normal big bucks, no whammies, and say all the things contestants were trained to say on Press Your Luck. And then he started to really focus as he was studying the pattern of those lines. Just dodged the ancient credit. His prey was money.
Yes, he did.
The question is,
Brilliant mind.
there was a school of thought that because he had cheated, that he wasn't entitled to his money. But the prevailing wisdom, after all of these discussions, was that he hadn't cheated, that he was just smarter than CBS.
I've got to change the laws of physics.
Good luck. Tune in for all your favorite Star Trek catchphrases. Sketch. And even some non-favorites.
Why don't you go chase an asteroid?
Right here on TV Red.
Defunct Land Action Park. Oh yes. This park killed a bunch of people, I think. I'm not happy that it did, I'm just saying that is insane how it got by on those standards.
It's time for a new routine. Just one tablespoon. And once per day. That supports your immunity, energy. You've got B1 by Athletic Greens.
It's great to be here. Thanks for coming out. What a day we had. It's beautiful here at Action Park.
So I gotta ask you, because Action Park got a bit of a reputation. Some people got injured.
That was 30 years ago. The world has changed. I mean, when my dad started the park, he was the guy inventing the rides and bringing inventors in. Now it's highly regulated. Everything's engineered.
I like Action Park because it's so beautiful.
The year is 1976. Gene Mulvihill, the head of entertainment company Great American Recreation, has added a new attraction to Vernon, New Jersey's Vernon Valley Ski Resort. Two brand new Alpine slides were installed to keep business up in the off-season. An Alpine slide is a one-person cart ride, in which the rider rides down a hill on a smooth track. The rider has a brake lever in between their legs, giving them complete control of their speed. The attraction had become popular for ski resorts in the late 70s, and Vernon Valley Ski Resort's Alpine Slide was advertised as an attraction for all ages, claiming, "We've had grandfathers and we've had kids of kindergarten age coming down our runs alone." I also have a picture showing a mother controlling the sled with an infant in her arms. It's that easy. After the success of the slide, Mulvihill went forward with his plans to expand the ski resort into a water park during the off-season. He added 2 water slides and a racetrack, and more slides, a softball field, a tennis court, and a swimming pool were added shortly thereafter. The Vernon Valley Summer Park was rebranded to Action Park, a thrilling amusement park where you control the action. More slides and rides were added, and they began their big marketing push to draw audiences into their new water park.
Just go to Action Park and no other park like it.
When it's hot out, this is a great place to spend the day with your family. So lots of big things for little kids to do. I love Action Park because it's so beautiful.
What? Never mind.
Race like a pro. It's great. These are the most amazing rides in the world. I love it here.
The park was revolutionary.
What?
Was it one of
Lives in her kennel. If she cried, let her cry it out a few minutes if she does.
I know.
the first water parks of its kind in the United States, but it also marketed itself as the biggest. It was eventually home to 75 rides, 40 of which were water slides. Action Park was split into 3 themed lands. The first was
Motor World.
Motor World consisted of 3 types of attractions: land, water, and air rides. On land was the popular battle action tanks. For an additional fee, guests could ride inside tanks equipped with tennis ball cannons. The goal was to shoot the other tanks in the caged area on one of their targets.
This sounds
disabling
fun.
their cannons for 15 seconds. Those that chose to ride the tanks were allotted 5 minutes to do so, and those that did not want to ride could pay to use a stationary cannon from the outside. Maintenance employees attempting to fix broken down tanks would be subject to fire from the rowdy guests, making the attraction a nightmare to work at. The other 2 land-based Motor World attractions were the Lola cars and the Super Go-Karts, both of which were kart race attractions. The Super Go-Karts were driven on a small loop. The carts themselves were designed to max out at 20 miles per hour, but the employees found that sinking a tennis ball in the governor device allowed the cart to go as fast as possible, with the new maximum speed being around 50 miles an hour. Head-on collisions frequently sent guests to the hospital, and the fumes from the engines overwhelmed riders at times. The Lolo cars were mini open cockpit race cars driven on a longer track, and they cost an additional charge to ride. Their maximum speed could also be tampered with by park employees. These were also used after hours by the workers, sometimes being taken off the track and driven on the nearby highway. There were 2 water rides in Motor World. The super speedboats were driven in a small circle around an island in a pond that also had a large population of snakes. Guests would often attempt to bump nearby boats, as if they were on Motor World's other water attraction, bumper boats. These were boats placed in a small pool, and were designed to withstand guests crashing into one another. These were known to leak gasoline, which once required a guest to be examined after too much fuel leaked on their skin. The boats were also incredibly small, and riders with long legs had to position their feet off the side of the boat to sit.
I think there's like a regulation. Actually, wait. Okay, so if you don't know, you probably heard the rumor that me and my family has a, well, not really, it's not really a rumor. But if you've ever watched my channel, you probably have heard me mention that we have a, quote, Sea Glide almost, like from Subnautica. And it uses gasoline. We have that. They're no longer allowed to be built with that. So, they all have to be electric, right? Oh my god, I hate when it does this.
The bone fractures after collisions. Finally, Motor World had 2 air-based attractions. One was Space Shot, which was a typical drop tower ride and was one of the safest rides in the park, given it was only open for Action Park's last operating year. The second air ride was another upcharge attraction, Slingshot, which was also fairly safe. This ride was a common amusement park and carnival ride, in which guests were shot up on 2 bungee cords and flipped upside down as they flew through the air. There's no doubt that Motor World had its dangerous attractions, but this is just the beginning of what Action Park had in store. Another section of the park was
The Alpine Attractions.
Many non-water-based attractions were located in their own section of the park, sometimes labeled the Alpine Center. These included the aforementioned Alpine slides, as well as a bungee jump titled the Snaffle Snap Up Whippersnapper Ride. Originally having 2 jump stations and then later 4, guests could jump off the tower by additional. The skate park also had a short run at Action Park. It was poorly designed, as it was surrounded by concrete and had uneven edges, which led to many injuries during its existence. Interestingly, Action Park also had an attraction entitled the Action Park Gladiator Challenge, partially based off of the popular American Gladiator TV show. This included obstacle courses and jousting matches against the Action Park Gladiators. Finally, Action Park had its own monorail called the Transmobile. This was the Ski Lodge, the Alpine Center, and Motorworld. So far, Action Park has proved to be dangerous, but where are the absolutely terrifying rides? Where are the rides that are so insane that their mere existence is unbelievable? Where are the water slides?
Waterworld. This one I hear has a lot of bad stuff about it.
Waterworld had it all. It was home to the tidal wave pool, a 100 feet by 200 feet pool that could hold anywhere between 500 and 1,000 people. The pool's floor was slanted. The further it went in, the deeper it got. Waves
Like the Kalahari wave pool in Wisconsin Dells.
This was challenging for swimmers of all skill levels, as the pool was hard to read and the fresh water was more difficult to swim in than salt water. 8 dozen lifeguards were on duty at the pool, and they would have to save around 30 people on a busy day. The Tarzan swing was a heavily advertised attraction in which guests would swing on a 20-foot cable over the pool. This spring-fed pool was so cool that lifeguards would have to rescue guests that could not swim after the shock of the cold water. This was also a popular attraction for men to pull down their pants or women to pull up their tops for the line of people to see.
Oh,
The
God.
appropriately named Aqua Scoot gave guests a sled, with which they would slide down an assembly line-style roller coaster, hurtling them toward a shallow pool that they would skip across. If the guest was not in an ideal position, it would get caught under the water, sending the rider crashing forward. There were originally a pair of these slides, each 30 feet long, but a third slide was eventually added. The diving cliffs had 2 jumping bases, one 23 feet and the other 18 feet tall, with the pool below being 60 feet. The pool was also for non-jumpers, some of which were unaware of the cliffs, which resulted in collisions. There was only one lifeguard on duty, who had to work extra hard to make sure that no one was at the bottom of the pool. The super speed water slides, also known as Geronimo Falls, were a pair of high-speed vertical water slides. One of them was steeper than the other, and both were dangerous. Near these was the safer Kamikaze, which was a more traditional tube slide. The entire experience was pretty self-explanatory, and used underwater fans to simulate water rapids. This was dangerous, but that goes without saying at this point. A similar ride, the Roaring Rapids, allowed guests to ride in a 1 or 2 person raft during the Starville had riders slide down the lane and slide on the mats. Riders could easily cross over to the adjacent lanes and cause collisions. And the 7th hill, nicknamed the Backbreaker, had an additional hump that would send riders flying. The Colorado River ride was another rapid ride.
Oh, Jesus.
And it went through the wooded area. At one point, the riders would come to a fork in the river and had to choose between 2 paths. The first path took guests under a waterfall and a series of tunnels. The second path included a waterfall and another fork, with one path being steeper than the other. The ride also included a foot-tall jump that would allow riders and the raft a short out. The Aerodonium was a skydiving simulator that caused injuries when guests would try to stop their falls with their arms. Waterworld also had a variety of other typical water slides and pools that were less notable, but there's one in particular that has yet to be mentioned. This is the attraction that made Action Park the most infamous, the Cannonball Loop. A tubed water slide with a vertical loop, similar to that of
That, it looks fun, but that looks like a, it looks fun to others, but to me, that looks like an engineering nightmare right there. Go, okay, so here's what it looked like.
This is the attraction that made Action Park the most infamous, the Cannonball Loop. A tubed water slide with a vertical loop, similar to that of a roller coaster.
That is not a good idea. That is a lot of pain right
It
there.
was rumored that during the testing of the attraction, Molten Hill offered $100 to employees who were willing to try it. Test dummies apparently came out of the loop without their heads. When it was open, guests would be weighed, hosed down, and given a set of instructions to decrease the possibility of injury. A hatch was added to the top of the loop to assist stuck riders that could not make it all the way through the slide. Many guests that completed the loop would come out at the bottom, suffering from bloody noses or other injuries, either from hitting the top of the loop or the impact on the way down. The Cannonball Loop was indicative of a larger issue with Action Park, as many of the other attractions were poorly crafted by designers that were less than engineers, and most were designed to minimize costs rather than maximize safety.
Dumbasses.
The rides became even more dangerous when paired with the fact that the park sold alcohol at many of the convenience stands, often to minors. There was even a microbrewery near Motorworld. Many of the guests visiting the inexpensive park came from low-income areas, and did not have the necessary swimming skills to navigate some of the attractions and pools. Action Park also heavily marketed to Spanish populations, but there were no translations or translators for the guests when they visited, so explaining safety instructions was virtually impossible.
You already know that Action Park has the most innovative and exciting rides, the Alpine Slide.
You really gotta do that here in the Americas, cause, oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna say, if you don't live in the Americas, if you like living somewhere in the UK, I'm not calling anyone a dummy, just saying, you know, kind of explanation. So what it is that like, because we live in a really close proximity to Mexico, there's a lot of Hispanic people in our society, and we need, usually in our country, you'll see things printed in English and Spanish. In fact, actually, let's see if I can even, like, what's it called, yeah, let's see, I have, the thing for Nerf Helios, right? So, man, fold this. Man, I can't read mine, right? Excuse me, yeah, fold this back up. Interesting. I can't remember where I could find them. Oh, I can't find one.
Brand-free race cars and spectacular water rides. But Action Park needs more than just great rides. It needs super live shows, fantastic summer festivals, and scrumptious food and drink, including an authentic German brewery. Come to Action Park because the rides are the only thing that's great.
The majority of those employees were teenagers and were not equipped to handle the rowdy guests of the park. So on any given day, you could have an overcrowded water park filled with drunk teenagers that couldn't swim, riding shoddily built attractions supervised by teenagers that may or may not be able to communicate. It is no wonder
the magic is calling you to stay at a Disney Resort hotel, where you're surrounded by the world's most...
You know what, maybe if COVID ends, I should try seeing if we can go back. Death. Oh god.
A male employee was riding the Alpine slide when his cart went off the track. He hit his head on a rock during the crash, killing him.
Oh man.
2 years later,
19.
1982, a 15-year-old guest was overcome by the waves of the tidal wave pool and drowned. On August 1st, a mere week later, a 27-year-old guest was riding the kayak experience when he was trying to re-enter his kayak after falling out. When doing this, he made contact with the live wires that powered the underwater fan. The electrocution sent him into cardiac arrest, and he passed after being rushed to the hospital. 2 years later, in 1984, a guest died on the Tarzan swing after a heart attack, supposedly due to the unexpected shock from the cold water. That same year, on August 27th, a 20-year-old drowned in the tidal wave pool. And on July 19th, 1987, another guest drowned there, giving it the nickname the Green. These deaths are tragic, and often overshadowed by the lunacy and legacy of Action Park. Interestingly enough, Action Park was able to avoid many lawsuits for these deaths and many other injuries due to its reputation, and also the lack of regulation New Jersey had for amusement and water parks. Great American Recreation was even able to expand the Action Park brand to other parts of the country, opening Pocono Action Park in Tannersville, Pennsylvania in 1980, and Action Mountain in Pine Hill, New Jersey in 1984.
Get oh no, I'm sorry. I can't. I'm immature as hell. Get wet. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. You hear get wet. What do you think of? You're not no, you think of something else. I know what you're thinking of. I'm not gonna say it. That sounds like something to like an adult site. Getwet.com.
While the kids play in our fun-filled kiddie area, cool off in our huge swimming pool, or race around the Grand Prix track. Get wet on any of our action-packed rides at Action Mountain in Pine Hill, New Jersey. It's awesome!
Pocono Action Park had many repeat attractions as Action Park, and was closed in 1991. Action Mountain ran into some financial difficulties with the IRS and the town it was located in, and was closed in 1986. So why did the original Action Park close? While Action Park and Mulvihill were able to avoid lawsuits with many of the accidents and deaths, the two deaths in 1984 stemmed cases that rightfully plagued the park with a variety of legal problems. Mulvihill eventually pled guilty to 5 charges of insurance fraud. He and his associates claimed that the park saw over 1 million guests a year, and therefore the death toll was comparatively low. The local ER, on the other hand, said they would have to treat 5 to 10 guests on.
It doesn't matter. That's... Dude, if someone died at my action park, I'd be like, oh my god, this is bad. Not, oh, the deaths were pretty low. No, 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 no. Those are people that were... That's someone who's 15... I'm 16 years old, and I have probably 60 years of life ahead of me. That kid didn't go to college, which, I mean, my opinion, ugh. Like, he didn't get to have a wife or kids. He didn't get to have a nice life ahead of him. No, he was snuffed out unfairly. And that's what you have to say, stupid bastards?
In response to the high amount of guests visiting the hospital, Action Park bought Vernon, New Jersey new ambulances. Despite all of these issues, the downfall of Action Park wouldn't come until 1996, and it was actually due to Great American Recreation's financial issues and not the park itself. On September 2nd, 1996, Action Park ended its final season, still with the hope that it would reopen the next year. However, Great American Recreation's bankruptcy made it impossible for Action Park to continue operations, so it didn't reopen. After this, the ski resort and Action Park were handed from investor to investor, undergoing renovations for 2 years before reopening in 1998 as per. Safety was a priority under this management, and a valiant effort was put forth to distance Mountain Creek from Action Park's reputation. However, in 2010, Mountain Creek underwent a bankruptcy of its own, and the water park and ski resort was sold to the Golden Hole. 2 years after this, in 2012...
Why did these people not get, like, jailed?
2 years later, in 2014, Mountain Creek was rebranded back to Action Park. The park reopened.
How is this park allowed to open?
Construction on new terrifying. The Sky Caliber was another attempt to 363 vertical looping water slide, although it used technology to be safe. To my knowledge, there's almost no information on its status. The new Action Park tried to use nostalgia to draw guests back to the park. In 2016, it was renamed back to Mountain Creek. Early this year was announced that Johnny Knoxville would be producing, writing, and starring in the inspired by Action Park, but it was not a job application. Death is heartbreaking, especially in environments designed for happy lives. Despite 6 million human lives there, Action Park is not remembered for its death toll. It is remembered for and by the kids that grew up with it and survived it. It is seen as a place where the quote-unquote popular and brave teens hung out. The fact that it was referred to as Class Action Park doesn't.
Class Action Park. Oh, kill me now. Greeting from Class Action Park.
California or at Universal in Florida? Well, welcome to Vernon, New Jersey. Were you able to survive Action Park?
No, because I haven't gone there. Defunct Land. What else should we do? The history of Son of Beast. What is Son of Beast?
Sculpts your body.
For background/context on this series, please visit defunctland.com with the link below. In case you are not already aware, Defunct Land has a Facebook page and discussion group. So after this video, give it a like if you can, and join the group so we can have most episodes. Resurrect Kings Island's extinct roller coaster, Son of Beast. This is Defunct Land's first roller coaster edition, and it was suggested by all of these great viewers. So thank you and everyone else who's been commenting. Son of Beast was located at Kings Island in Mason, Ohio from May 26, 2000 to June 16, 2009, and it has one of the most complex histories of any roller coaster to date. In 1895, a wooden roller coaster entitled Flip Flap Raceway opened at Sea Lion Park on Coney Island. The coaster was built and tested in Ohio using monkeys and sandbags before human trials. The owner of Sea Lion Park, Paul Boyton, liked the coaster.
That's shitty.
It as an attraction
Imagine using monkeys as a test subject. Do you know there's a thing called dummies?
This was also one of the last roller coasters to have a completely circular shape. These types of loops cause an extremely uncomfortable amount of G-force to the rider, and most roller coasters with loops now use an oval or teardrop shape. For this reason, Flip Flap Raceway closed in Sea Lion Park in 1992. 70 years later, an entertainment production company, Taft Broadcasting, opened its first amusement park in Mason, Ohio. Kings Island debuted to the public on April 29, 1972. There were 4 floors, as we know, on opening day, one of which was the Rayce A wooden coaster designed by famous designer John Seattle that was arguably responsible for the reinvigoration of roller coasters in the 1970s and on. So Kings Island had a great start, but it wouldn't be until 1979 that they released their first model.
Wait.
When the Beast opened at Kings Island, it was the longest, fastest, and tallest
Is this in New York?
in the world. It reached speeds of 65 miles an hour, peaked at 110 feet tall, and was 7 feet long. It was designed to take advantage of the naturally hilly terrain of the park. So while it only reached 110
My friend online.
its largest drop was actually 141 feet. The attraction had a long ride time as well, over 4 minutes in length. It originally featured 3 underground tunnels, but the second the Beast's ride experience was exhilarating and groundbreaking, and its marketing campaign was equally as impressive.
Make as much graphite as I can.
The simple story of a wild animal running through the woods of Rivertown, the section of the park that the Beast was located in, was made all the more convincing by the heavily wooded heritage with Paramount Communications Incorporated buying the previous owner's parks for $400 million. Paramount used their movie properties to their advantage, drawing inspiration from Disney Parks and Universal Studios. In 1998, a separate company, Premier Parks, acquired Six Flags theme parks. Premier began creating their own amusement parks with the Six Flags label. This included Louisville, Kentucky Kingdom, located only 2 hours from Kings Island. Rumors began circulating that Kentucky Kingdom was about to receive some huge upgrades, posing a threat to Kings Island. Paramount decided to use the merge, and in 1999, Kings Island expanded with the addition of the Paramount Action Zone, a section of the park that included attractions based on Paramount's properties, such as Face Off, for example. But Kings Island had something big in mind for the second year of its expansion, and a huge announcement was made on May 11, 1999.
Yeah.
This one's getting a little on the nasty side, guys. Can you, this you might think is going to sick through the Roy's white timers, but it's not. This is the with tremendous pride, we are excited to reintroduce to you Son of Beast.
But wood's only so strong. You could press it to some limits, but you cannot make it invincible.
The drop was an impressive 164 feet tall. The teardrop loop reached a height of 118 feet. The beams and supports were steel, but the track never converted, remaining wooden throughout the ride and the loop. It was constructed by the Roller Coaster Corporation of America, who had originally shown interest in building a wooden hypercoaster a few years prior. Exactly 8 months after the ride's announcement, on January 11th, 2000, a windstorm caused some of the temporary wooden supports to collapse. This was the first sign that something was going wrong with the construction. But Kings Island assured everyone that the accident was not a huge issue, and that the ride would still open in April. Speculation grew that something was happening behind the scenes, and Kings Island, for whatever reason, was hiding it. The ride debuted on April 28th, but was closed the next day, with Kings Island citing a 15-foot rough section of the track. On May the coaster reopened. Kings Island reported that they had fixed the problems and Son of Beast was there to stay, but didn't live up to the hype.
We make USAA insurance for veterans like visit money. They're growing family with growing expenses. Parties and celebrate saving insurance. Easy. USAA. What you're made of, what you're for.
Down there, care, cotton out. Down there, because you're all over your overall wellness. So treat the skin you don't see like the skin you do. With cotton.
Guests would enter Outpost 5, a security tower that was dispatching vehicles to check on a captive creature, the Son of Beast. The $20 million coaster was impressive, but not decisively better than its father. From the beginning, fans were split. Some preferred the original Beast, while others enjoyed the new coaster. The Son of Beast ride was remarkably bare, with no tunnels or forests to entrench guests into the experience. Also, the Son of Beast was shorter, in both track and length, with a ride time of around 3.5 minutes. There was no doubt that from the start, the Sun was more wild, and as Kings Island and its guests would learn, dangerously unpredictable. In November of 2000, months after the opening of Son of Beast, Paramount filed a lawsuit against the construction of the ride. They would also file a suit against Universal Forest Products of Hamilton for allegedly providing subgrade lumber. The Roller Coaster Corporation of America fought back, revealing that they had actually been fired at some point during the construction process, and that Kings Island's team had taken over and completed the ride themselves to save money. The company also added that Kings Island had ignored safety and construction advice on numerous occasions. It seemed that this was going to make for an interesting court battle, and while all of this was happening, the Son of Beast was still operating. Throughout all of the negative attention surrounding the ride, Kings Island continued to reaffirm that despite the problems with construction, the ride was completely safe. Public seemed to confident when asked whether they felt the ride was safe or not. Whatever the glitches were, I feel that it's running is okay to ride, but no, I have no serious reservations. Essentially, it seemed that guests were willing to put aside the concerns with the ride's safety if it meant they got to experience the record-breaking coaster. Plus, the ride had been inspected 7 times for safety by the state of Ohio, but for some reason, the inspection job fell under the jurisdiction of their Department of Agriculture, that even admitted they couldn't say whether it was truly safe or not because, quote, "We're not roller coaster engineers." Son of Beast continued to operate throughout the early 2000s despite these concerns. In 2005, the Roller Coaster Corporation of America went bankrupt. This caused Kings Island to shift the focus of their lawsuit towards the corporation's insurance company instead, still hoping for millions in compensation for the missteps of Son of Beast. On June 14, 2005, Viacom, Paramount's parent company, split into the CBS Corporation and Viacom. CBS took Paramount Parks with them, and 6 months later, CBS would put the division up. 6 months after that, Cedar Fair bought Paramount Parks. That was on June 30th, 2006. On July 9th, 2006, Kings Island rushed to call rescue teams to help 27 stuck riders evacuate the Son of Beast. Not only had the ride vehicle not returned to the station, but it had violently stopped in one of the final sections of the coaster, causing all of the riders to be jerked forward. All 27 were taken to local hospitals. Most were released within a few hours, but a few stayed to be treated for non-serious injuries. No one knows for sure what caused the ride to stop.
Oh my god, it's working.
Later revealed that a piece of wood had cracked, but it wasn't clear if that caused the accident or if that was just another entirely separate problem. Immediately after, the Pirates Department began an investigation, and Cedar Fair shut down the attraction for the season. Son of Beast needed to be changed before it reopened. The ride was too jerky, and riders regularly complained that the shakes on the turns were too uncomfortable. Cedar Fair's solution to this was lighter ride vehicles, but this came with a price. The new trains did not complete the loop, leading to its removal. On July 4th, 2007, Son of Beast reopened without its signature inversion. Since this, and actually quite recently, new wooden roller coasters featuring inversions have debuted, but none with a vertical loop such as Son of Beast or flip-flap raceways. In 2008, Kings Island lost the case with the insurance company, but this would be the least of their worries, because on June 16, 2009, Son of Beast was brought down because Kings Island offered no from their website and marketing. They announced that it would not be and a similar announcement was made in 2011, and again in 2012. Finally, on July 27, 2011, Kings Island announced that the attraction that had been sitting unused for
Knock. Damn, you know what I should do? Why do I not go into what's it called? Demolition. Sometimes I have a habit of screwing things up. I'm really, really good at destroying things and taking them apart piece by piece. Like, look, can you imagine? Hold on.
The son of Beast was killed.
How much do demolists
2009, a woman who
workers make? How much these guys make? $32,000 a year, which is, that's okay. I mean, I wouldn't want to go into explosives, but like, literally taking an excavator, knocking down stuff.
The woman's claims worried park officials, who closed the ride and waited for Ohio's Department of Agriculture to complete their investigation. The results showed that the attraction was structurally fine, even though by this time, 6 accidents had happened. The incident with the attraction bar, New Dangerous, and 4 other minor cases. A few months later, in November of 2009, an engineer with a previous investigation by the Department of Agriculture revealed details on the ride structure. In a testimony for a lawsuit made by one of those 27-acre passengers, the man said that from the beginning, he had known about major problems with Son of Beast. Problems more serious than a 15-foot rough patch. Kings Island had supposedly known that the low-quality wood built ride was causing the coaster to sway. This led to wood cracking and bolting. When there was a problem with part of the ride, fixed the damaged ride. This testimony caused even more They had no involvement in its construction and essentially inherited a mess. Many partners blamed the coaster's failure, and is now remembered as one of the biggest failures in history and arguably the most infamous roller coaster ever built. The coaster was not without its fans, though, and Kings Island did not try to erase it completely, as there are some remnants of Son of Beast still at Kings Island today. For one, Outpost 5 became a seasonal haunted house attraction for the park's Halloween theme nights, and the land that Son of Beast occupied was taken by another the Banshee, the longest inverted history. The HQ Cemetery lies a tribute to Son of Beast with an eternal flame in remembrance of the man who violently thwarted him. And on the other side of the park, its father still rages through the forest, peeking above the tree line to the area that his son lives in.
That is cool. Son of Beast. They names their.
To learn more about the attraction, check out Theme Park Tourist article on its downfall.
Oof. Yes, it's Illuminati. Oh god, it's a PETA video. Let's go. Like, wow. That took like what, 30 minutes to probably do this entire section, but look at that. It almost lines up completely. And it's, I accidentally put it on the north axis. This base is going, I thought this base would be like a 7 out, maybe like a 5 or 4 out of 10. This is probably about like 8 out of 10 so far. You know what? You know what we're gonna do with all these platforms? Now there's 2 options for all these platforms, or 3. 1, use them for more measurements. 2, scrap them and sell them. Or 3, make power lines or like non-extender power lines across the planet, which would probably not be good. I'll just probably resort to having them. They'll probably be scrapped and then sold for more stuff like iron or titanium. Two of my worst enemies. Guys, PETA is so cringy. Yo, PETA, like, go frick yourself, bruh. No one cares. Like, if the owner of PETA died tomorrow, I don't think anybody would be remorseful. Actually, we'd be partying harder than the New Year's celebration. Like, bruh. Yeah, I know that went too far, but... Hi, Mom. Okay, PETA stands for penis erection, triceratops, and asshole. Okay. Oh wait, no, it's called people eat tasty animals. People eat tasty animals. Oh. Demolish PETA. Smash their windows. Raid PETA. Having pets is selfish. So, okay, okay, fine. I'll just go, you know, tell my mom, hey, I don't want our puppy no more. We'll just throw her out into, excuse me. I'll just throw her out to update the weather. Let's see. It says it's, oh, shoot. Oh, I thought it said, oh wait, I'm sorry, it said 26 degrees centigrade. I'm sorry. I'll just go throw my puppy out in like, -6 degrees centigrade weather right now. I hope you don't mind if I just go let my dog freeze, because I'm being a selfish person for owning my dog. Yes. Guys, listen, you guys are bad, okay? Listen, if you own a dog, you're garbage. You're just human garbage, guys. So just shut up. You're losers. Owning a dog is selfish. Have you heard this? You're a selfish piece of crap if you own a dog. I'm just kidding. Own a dog. Make PETA mad. I'm not saying I want to do like anything bad. I want to verbally destroy PETA. My goal is to take down PETA and Autism Speaks. They are both my rivals and enemies. They are simply obstacles in my path that need to be removed peacefully. God, we must take PETA down.
Mailed coconuts to people that they believe use monkey labor to get coconuts from trees. And the practice isn't quite as black and white as PETA makes it out to be either, though that is an entirely separate video. The point is that PETA often fails at getting their message across, and they are massively while I would never consider PETA a good source of information, obviously you will see them listed quite a few times in my sources today, simply to show that I'm not misquoting them when I explain a situation. And as another aside, please don't turn this one into a drinking game because of how many times I say hypocrisy in this episode, because I don't want you getting hurt, and I'm gonna stay involved. Anyway, this episode isn't to attack any singular celebrity in particular, but PETA's relationship with them. So we will start by addressing the times PETA has basically contradicted themselves and the hypocrisy itself, and then we'll get into those specific individuals. So let's dive right in. In some articles, PETA does seem to hold celebrities to the same standards as us regular plebeian normies. One November 2020 post of theirs reads, when PETA saw newly purchased dogs popping up on the Instagram feeds of stars such as Channing Tatum, Viola Davis, Jennifer Lopez, Shia LaBeouf, J Balvin, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and James Charles, all of them who bought puppies just in the last few months, we knew we had to take action. So this week, PETA will debut a full-page letter in The Hollywood Reporter with some help from Max the shelter dog, who begs famous people to stop hurting dogs like him by purchasing puppies. PETA will also debut
the hell? I mean, let's take animal abuse off the table. How the hell are we hurting puppies? Homie, if you're telling me that everything is doing wrong by putting 2 nice meals a day for their puppy, homie, there are people that actually effing kill dogs for fun. Like, you libtards. There's literally, you know what, PETA? You want to impress people? how about you actually take action against the YouTube channels that fake rescue animals? You want to... no, you're not going to, because you're a bunch of libtards. Let's go, Brandon. I hate these bastards, man. I just hope they all die.
In the midst of a global pandemic, these influential celebrities have made a national crisis in stores by purchasing dogs. These stores and influencers are saying...
Yeah, guys, put COVID on the side. Now we have the problem of people buying dogs. These guys are retarded, bro.
The U.S. faces a companion animal overpopulation crisis as an estimated 70 million dogs and cats struggle to survive on the streets.
Oh god, these guys are actually retarded. I can't. Oh shit. Oh. I actually can't. I'm gonna go get a drink. Oh god, I have to cool off. My grandma's listening to church. I have no problem with him just saying if anybody's wondering what the hell's going on. My god, these guys are actually retarded. God, I'm retarded. I'm sorry if I say that term. It's just that's how I express my anger. I can say that. God, I can't. These guys are the dumbest people I've ever effing seen. Like, I honestly...
Staggering number doesn't include the more than 6 million companion animals coming through our country's shelter system every year. If celebrities used to getting everything they want when they want it, guess what? They still can. There's a beautiful thing called petfinder.com. A-listers to mere mortals like us can identify an animal who already exists and is in need of a good home. One whose age, temperament, and activity level are all fit to our lifestyle. And PETA just makes it abundantly clear that if you're not adopting from a shelter, you are purposely hurting other pets. And don't get me wrong, I think adopting is incredibly important, and if you can, please adopt instead of purchasing. But I understand that sometimes it's not in the cards for everybody. And if PETA wanted to help, maybe they could educate people on what a responsible breeder is as well, and how to find one. But instead, they take the hard stance that if you buy a dog from a breeder, you're basically just killing other dogs. And yet, though this post of theirs is targeted directly at celebrities, the hypocrisy under their FAQ is just stunning.
We have purchased many dogs from breeders, but the dog Sky that you probably saw earlier is actually a she is from an adoption. Yeah, take this, PETA. You wanna know what happened? My puppy was in a hoarding situation, okay? That is one of the worst things you can do to a dog. Put him in a hoard. And guess what? We saved that dog. We brought her home, and she... You know... Excuse me, I'm gonna introduce you to something. We're gonna take a nice look outside. God, can you even take a... I know you can't really see much, but, it's so snowy out there. Here, PETA, you wanna know something interesting? You wanna know how far away we are from the nearest town? 4.2 miles. We are 4.2 miles away from the town. You cannot hear honking. Honking out here is weird. Like, where we live, we can legally shoot firearms for target practice. We can just go to our backyards and shoot guns. That's how remote we live in. I know there's people in Alaska that live in way more remote areas, but you get the point, you know? It's a perfect place for a dog. My puppy does not know it, but she's gonna have one of the best lives ever. Because if she was reincarnated, this is gonna be one of her best lives, homie. She has so much free area to go, man.
Here's what it says. By taking a stand against even one form of animal abuse or exploitation, and by helping us educate the public about these issues, our celebrity supporters are making a big difference. By helping us publicize the truth about animal suffering, they are helping to save the lives of countless animals. To deny people the chance to speak out against something they believe in simply because they may not be all the way there on animal rights issues would be unfair to them and to the animals. And PETA, I need you to make up your mind here. Are you going to call celebrities out on bad behavior, or just say, oh, it's okay because they support us? There are so many instances of this that it's not just a one or two type thing. PETA has said, hey, we don't believe the celebrity, but we like their supports. We're not going to criticize them as much. It's more that they actively ignore stances taken by celebrities or public figures that are in their views. For example, in 2014, Mayor Bill de Blasio was named the Person of the Year, but PETA must have been reading his texts. Mayor de Blasio was mocked by Jon Stewart, the numerous media outlets reporting today while he ate pizza with a fork, a in New York City. It should be noted that this dish had sausage on it, as well as cheese, of course, a big no-no. That's not all. De Blasio recently visited the zoo, even though PETA works to shut down all animal exhibits. While I think that PETA's position is radical and unwarranted, in the case of Bill de Blasio, maybe it's for the best that he avoid these facilities. During a recent zoo trip, he inadvertently killed a groundhog after dropping it. Is de Blasio a horrible person specifically for eating sausage pizza and accidentally killing a groundhog? Well, I mean, how does one accidentally kill a groundhog, but eating sausage pizza is okay, I guess? I don't know, but Mayor de Blasio has done some good in PETA's eyes since he's introduced a bill to retire horses from carriage rides. And New York City is just the first city to ban the sale of rabbits at pet stores, and Universal Circus was temporarily banned for not giving legally required space to tigers, and failing to provide tuberculosis tests for their elephants. I won't say that Mayor de Blasio hasn't done a lot of good for animals in New York City, he absolutely has. But I also find it difficult to allow PETA blames the organizers of the groundhog event, says that the mayor is considered a and yet PETA cannot get any member of the public vaccine passes without further use. Now that you've got a bit of a taste for what we're going to do this weekend, let's discuss a more recent ad campaign and a few more instances of their ethical treatment not applying to celebrities. One of their massive supporters is Pamela Anderson. In one PETA campaign, Pamela was featured in a bathtub with the text, "Could you live in a bathtub for decades?" talking about the dolphins and whales held captive at SeaWorld. And don't get me wrong, SeaWorld's treatment of orcas is
It's ass. You know what? I think, quote unquote, possibly that SeaWorld should have been shut down earlier, okay? It's got controversy. I'm not playing NBA.
One article states, in the past, Anderson has stepped down for several other PETA campaigns. In 2003, she bared it all for PETA's "I'd rather go naked than wear fur" advertising campaign. And in June 2006, the
Bro, you're just using horny people to get your ad campaign. You're literally dead.
Anderson had said she would rather take her clothes off after PETA humanitarian awards raised enough money that night in the Anderson's ads have gone off without a hitch. In September 2009, a CNN airport network released a video of her stripping I can understand the bathtub campaign having the when Pamela Anderson, who is in town to film motoring industry commercials, inappropriate to lecture Australians about climate change and their diets. Activists rejoiced when the Baywatch star pressured the Queensland government to ban meat at official functions and linked the latest deadly bushfires directly to climate change. As you've already noted, the science is clear. Climate change has played a key role in the severity of this year's bushfires.
No, that's true.
Just as your government
Because what happens is carbon dioxide goes into the atmosphere and it reflects heat back into our Earth, right? And when you have so much carbon dioxide like we have right now, it makes the Earth hotter. I've noticed that in Illinois, our winters have been getting hotter. It did not snow for Christmas this year. We did not have snow. We got snow like 5 days after. Winter is starting later. Snow is becoming later.
Working on emission-saving energy and transport policies, you can lead by example by implementing a climate-friendly vegan food policy for government functions, along with transitioning the menu at Sometimes Strangers restaurant at Parliament House to an all-vegan one. Australia thanks you for your insights, Professor Anderson. Now, could you please cash your check from Ultratune and hop back home on your fuel-guzzling plane? While in the air, perhaps think about the hypocrisy of accepting money from a motoring company while flying around the world on carbon-producing planes. The discourse on this topic has...
It doesn't produce carbon. Law of conservation of matter.
Using the deaths and tragedies of bushfires to propagate their political goals. We don't need washed-up Hollywood hacks to profit from virtue signaling while we are still mourning as a nation. Not that Australia's activists mind. They happily promote Professor Anderson and report her flawed science and inaccurate data to call for absurd notions like zero carbon emissions by 2030. Extremist group PETA has one organization.
Fun fact, even though it sounds like a joke, you know, I'm not blaming anyone for doing anything. Even something as simple as a fart can contribute to climate change. Which actually, when you fart, it makes methane. And methane is like one of the most damaging gases in our atmosphere right now. So, you can't... Well, zero carbon... The hell? I mean, theoretically, methane does have carbon in it. It has one carbon atom with 4 hydrogen atoms. But that's likely not to be, debonded because, you know, carbon likes to bond with other elements. Simple as that.
It penned an article saying government should heed her advice to save lives in the future. Yes, not listening to Professor Anderson equates to murder. These are the same activists and their scientific advice. The 11,000 scientists who declared a climate emergency in an online petition recently. The decorated list of scientists included the names like Mickey Mouse, Harry Potter, and his old headmaster, Albus Dumbledore. Finally, Pamela Anderson's thoughts on science seem comparatively not as absurd. But what does the science say about bushfires? Does research exist directly linking previous emissions policies to contemporary bushfires? No. There has not been a release of any scientific report analyzing the cause of these specific bushfires yet. There were a number of factors, such as drought, surface soil moisture...
Now, yeah, fires, we all know what happens. And, you know, just to say, to make a fire, it's called combustion, right? And in chemistry, to make the combustion reaction happen, the energy, well, you have to have something that has high chemical energy, like, paper. This doesn't have really high chemical energy, but this paper has, I think, energy inside of it. And, as you can see, like, look at this cool gun I drew. This is, graphite, which is basically carbon, right? And you know what? You want to know what the 3 elements are needed for a combustion reaction? Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Oxygen, if you're in Earth's atmosphere, well, ozone, oxygen, yeah, it consumes it. So fuel plus O2 equals H2O vaporous and plus CO2 vapor. So yeah, in a way, combustion actually produces water, but as a vapor. Not as like steam or anything. Yeah, so basically, what happened is that it dries, right? Everybody knows this, but the grass just dries itself out, and when you light something on fire and it's dry, it is gonna burn fast. We've demonstrated it. Hay will incinerate in seconds because we have a barn and we have to throw out old hay because it gets bad. We can't feed it to the horses. So we set that stuff on fire, and it burns instantly. Homie, it is like setting, like, yeah, dry hay. I can say it with 100%. I can say it with 100%. What's it called? Certainty. That dry hay is insanely flammable. And you do not F with dry hay.
And yet, Pamela Anderson basically just showed up to Australia, said, hey, climate change is awful, you should eat vegan food, and then walked on a plane. Greta Thunberg, the teenage Swedish climate activist, travels by boat because it's better for the environment. So
Aww.
she recognizes how hypocritical it would be to speak about climate change while traveling by plane. And the online petition...
Greta Thunberg is fine. She's cool. No, it's not me being a weird simp. Greta Thunberg is, like, she's nice. She likes to help the environment. She's understandable.
Considering that she's worn and promoted fur and leather in the past, too. The Center for Consumer Freedom has also questioned if Pamela equaled to her own rhetorical standards back in 2004 when they wrote, quote, the Buxom Star has criticized NASCAR driver Dale Earnhardt Jr. for endorsing KFC, saying, when you take a multi-million-dollar endorsement from a company, you must also take some responsibility for the company's practices. But Anderson lends her name.
Who cares?
Supports the restaurant firebombing Animal Liberation Front, and PETA also opposes research that may lead to a cure for Anderson's own disease. The journal points out a striking contradiction from the silicone-enhanced screen goddess. PETA opposes all animals.
It's literally a bunch of bastards going to a freaking store, or not a bunch of bastards, but a bunch of people going to a restaurant and eating chicken. What is the problem? Yes, you know what? I am like a chicken/beef consumer, and there is a ton of horrible things they do in the chicken industry. But the thing is that even though I like chicken, and I honestly wish they would raise chickens good. And on the cow side, an autistic lady invented a machine that kills cows peacefully. So how about you shut your damn mouth and look who you're talking to? PETA, you are the most retarded piece of shit on the planet.
That puts her at high risk for liver disease and liver cancer. The American Liver Foundation believes that animal testing is essential for finding a cure. And Miss Anderson herself served in 2002 as Grand Marshal for an American Liver Foundation fundraiser. Must have left her PETA shirt at home that day. The journal concludes with the simple question that we've raised before. If KFC and Mr. Earnhardt are to be held accountable for their associates, what about PETA and Miss Anderson? End quote. I really don't think it was necessarily silicone enhanced. Well, that's kind of weird. But come on, consumer freedom. If you're going to question Pamela's ethics, there's zero need to go after her appearance, no matter how good or bad looking she may be. Aside from the irritating descriptors, though, the point still stands. Pamela has refused to do the ice bucket challenge because she believes that ASL is wrong to test on animals. And that's absolutely her prerogative. However, when it's her illness that she's raising awareness for, some animal testing is okay. You know, if it wasn't Pamela Anderson, people would be furious. They're so quick to jump down the roads of people they don't like. But in this case, the hypocrisy is fine. It's not as if the hypocrisy doesn't directly affect PETA at times either. Pamela Anderson sold her Dodge Viper car for PETA, a car with a roller interior.
Oh.
An entire blog about it and how fantastic it was that she was doing this. But wouldn't you think PETA would also speak out against the sale, against making money from something they don't support? Also, as an aside, even though the car Pamela wanted next, she demanded have her photos committed, the car was named the world's most polluting vehicle, and one of the least environmentally friendly vehicles on the market.
Uh-oh.
Leather in it, so I guess that gets to throw out PETA's mind. It's especially odd to me, while they can forgive Pamela Anderson for her double standards, they can't forgive one man that advocates for forgiveness as mercy as his job, the Pope. Pope Benedict, who resigned in 2013 before Pope Francis took over, sparked some controversy when he went against the Catholic Church's position on condoms. Many religious organizations have opposed birth control despite a survey in 2002 finding that 96% of sexually active Catholic women use it. The Church argued that artificial birth control devalued sex intercourse and women's responsibility, particularly
Oh.
Officially, as Pius XI ruled in 1930, frustrating the procreative act is an offensive and the risk remains, and you're better off without one, according to the late Colombian Cardinal Alfonso Trujillo anyway. I kind of feel like if something is 90% effective at preventing illness, I'd rather take that than have absolutely no protection at all, but okay. Anyway, Pope Benedict went against the grain and said that condom use may be acceptable under certain circumstances to reduce the risk of HIV infection. One article stated, beginning at the Vatican last week and still in Rome, cathedrals and churches across the U.S. have handing out leaflets featuring an image of the Pope and the message, dogs and cats can't use condoms. We are in the midst of an unholy animal overpopulation crisis. Today or bitter today. Some Roman Catholics who can't conceive of the idea that religion can be the subject of humor are in an uproar over this too, while others find nothing offensive about the ad, given that the Pope has advocated kindness to animals numerous times. The Pontiff has a lot on his plate and hasn't got around to this issue yet, but he might, given that saving the lives of homeless dogs and cats is inarguably kind. The Catholic League obviously and understandably had a ton of issues with this. I mean, yes, it exploits the Pope, but also, yet again, shows their incredible hypocrisy. The president of the Catholic League, Bill Donahue, stated, the statement accompanying this campaign says, it is sinful that millions of dogs and cats are killed every year in animal shelters simply because there aren't enough homes for them. What is truly sinful is how PETA lies. In 2008, it was disclosed by the Center for Consumer Freedom that PETA kills 95% of the adoptable pets in its care. Indeed, PETA delivered the death sentence to 21,339 cats and dogs between 1998 and 2008 at its headquarters in Norfolk, Virginia. There is something perverse about an organization that has to rip off the Pope while violating its own mission on a daily basis, just to stay in business. And let's be clear again, PETA, you are the one killing animals, like, they know that, right? Did you actually just not care about animals at all? It baffles me to the extent that PETA can say one thing and then just do something totally opposite. They urge Pope Benedict in one breath to go green and make the next Pope-mobile without any leather seats. They try to veganize the Vatican. Yet, they say Stephen died while harassing a Ray and posted on Twitter on what would have been his 57th birthday. The thing is, Steve Irwin has been remembered by his influence of encouraging millions to learn and enjoy creatures out there. He relocated endangered crocodiles to prevent their deaths, and he was a serious conservationist. It's mind-boggling to me that PETA seems to pick and choose what they get upset by. Of course, the hypocrisy hasn't ended, and has only continued with Pope Francis. At third,
welcome to Tree Hut. We are a family-owned small business located in California. Tree Hut.
That's a cool looking watch, not gonna lie.
In 2015, PETA loved the Pope. They wrote, he is the first Pope to take the name of St. Francis of Assisi, patron saint of all animals, who said, not to hurt our humble brethren is our first duty to them, but to stop there is not enough. We have a higher mission, to do service to them when they require it. He is also the first religious leader to be picked as PETA's Person of the Year, as were previously held by Bill Clinton, Oprah Winfrey, and Ricky Gervais. Pope Francis was chosen for asking the world's 1.2 billion Roman Catholics and all citizens of the world to reject human domination over God's creation, treat animals with kindness, and respect the environment. Something PETA views as a call to turn towards a simple, plant-based diet, given the now well-established role of animal agriculture in climate change. Pope has spoken about treating animals with kindness, so PETA featured him in a number of articles, and even dressed up PETA advocates up as nuns with signs that read, eating meat is a bad habit. Very punny. They couldn't praise him enough, up until 2018. It seems when the Pope invited 2,000 homeless people and refugees to attend a circus performance in Rome. That all changed. His Holiness's concern for the downtrodden must rightly extend to the wild animals who have been taken from their homelands and are enslaved, caged, chained, and beaten, so they'll perform tricks that baffle and stress them, PETA said. Again, he is now upset with the Pope for this, but they're totally gonna overlook Mayor de Blasio taking part in a stunt that killed an actual groundhog. And how can you let the singer Pink star in a PETA ad that says rather go naked than wear fur, but stay quiet when she wears leather and swims in marine parks, which they believe goes down? The Pope invited these people to attend a circus, receive a free medical checkup, and a sack lunch, so it wasn't just a show either. Maybe PETA was simply mad the Pope hadn't appeared in one of their ads yet when his predecessor did. But before we continue to talk about the next person that PETA has a hypocritical relationship with, let's take a moment to thank today's sponsor. We've all got goals to be healthy, find a work life.
Leather? Oh god, yes. Leather.
Skin in the most miserable lives in factory farms, where extreme crowding, deprivation, unanesthetized castration, branding, and dehorning are common. By choosing pleather, you are keeping
I agree.
the alive and helping animals. What could be better? Advocating for pleather, that's mine. But this is seemingly the only time Jameson has done it. In her video with Peter, she claims to have lived half her life in pleather, but there's an entire post about her.
And sure, yeah, I agree with that. Most factory farms are garbage. They are really unethical.
One article goes right into Jenna and states, her entire life is a fucking lie. 2 months ago, she did her PETA ad promoting pleather over leather. But 2 weeks ago, she was wearing a leather bomber jacket leaving the Amica nightclub in London. You know, the trip where she allegedly was thrown out of a nightclub for possibly trying to do drugs. Over at Deceiver.com, they made the observation that Jenna's leather bomber jacket is not a pleather bomber jacket, but real leather because of the members only front. The brand is making a comeback. Last month, Jenna was photographed eating live lobsters at Pastis in New York with her bodyguard. Those pictures were previously posted. Jenna and Carl, her boyfriend at the time, went on a Caribbean fishing trip in October 2007 where they caught 5 yellow red and wahoo. Peter has a big problem with fishing and says that
I have a problem with fishing. If you go fishing, I'm not gonna, like, if you go fishing, you're not a bad person. I just say, just please don't fish. If you like doing that, go ahead, it's your choice.
PETA is also a sham. I can't vouch for Jenna's life as a whole, and just a cursory search of her name shows a lot of dramatics and relationship and drug issues, and I'm not here for that today. I don't think Jenna is an awful person for eating oysters, even though that's not my thing personally, but PETA typically does have a PETA consistently states that animals are not ours to eat, and they strongly oppose speciesism, a human supremacist worldview. Then why, PETA, don't you find advocates that actually practice what you preach? Could it be because people that take a few minutes to Google you realize they won't do the same and you're how can you tell everyone not to eat animals and wear leather, but then there are endorsers that follow these rules? Another example of this is when PETA has also said that Eva Mendes has spoke out against wearing fur when she realized how cruel the fur industry was. In one post they write, an undercover investigation of Chinese fur farms reveal that dogs and cats frequently end up in traps and cages, and fur is often mislabeled when it's sold. So there's really no way to know what kind of animal a piece of fur came from.
This is actually true, actually.
Fur garments sold for sale in the US contain fur that came from China. Eva says, at a time when there is so much violence in the world, this is one type of violence that all of us can help stop by being informed consumers. And yet, while Eva Mendes took part in the I'd Rather Go Naked Than Wear Fur nude campaign, saying that wearing fur is ignorant and has even offered faux fur garments as part of her clothing line, other sources have shown her with a crocodile clutch and in photo shoots with fur. The same could be said of Khloe Kardashian, who also has worn fur after her Fur I'd Rather Go Naked campaign too. Another source states, surprisingly, Penelope Cruz, a bona fide international movie star, to Spaniards, French, and Italians, it is rather funny because Miss Cruz is often photographed in Europe wearing fur. We understand the PETA campaigns are just for public relations, but still, what happened to truth and honesty? One of the worst examples of this might actually be Dita Von Teese, who not only wears fur, but has her own fur clothing line. According to my sources, Dita's even aware of this and doesn't see why it would be a problem. PETA's totally aware of me, she once told people. I'm not working with PETA to tell people to be vegetarians or stop wearing fur. I am there to strictly speak about spaying and neutering your pets. PETA had responded by saying, she said she had some vintage furs she wears occasionally. PETA often works with a celebrity on an issue they feel comfortable supporting, whether it's supporting spaying or neutering or products that are tested on animals. So they may not be an animal rights activist, but their contribution to any of our campaigns is appreciated. How come PETA demands that us normies or anyone who isn't a celebrity should abide by their way and not wear fur and spread awareness, or, otherwise we're just not good enough? Also, do they want us to spay and neuter pets, or is having pets unethical in the first place? Which one is it? It's a little confusing because they seem so caught up in having celebrities spread their message that they don't seem to care if celebrities actually agree with the message in the first place. The fur and leather hypocrisy is very real here. However, it's about to get worse.
Oh god.
PETA's advertising gets far more than questionable, but in the past, it's gotten downright dangerous. According to their own blog post, and I feel weird calling them articles because it feels like I'd be implying they're informative or, maybe giving them too much credit, but here's what they say. The inescapable images of violence towards animals seem to have a profound effect on the audience. PETA member Justin Strange was working at the information table that we set up at every Morrissey show, and as he watched, 3 people had to be carried out. When Morrissey played his song Meat is Murder, the giant screen behind him started to play scenes of graphic violence from inside slaughterhouses and factory farms. Many people couldn't bear to even look in the direction of the stage. Partway into the song, a young woman fainted and had to be carried outside of where the music was and into a hallway. Soon after, 2 more people, a man and a woman, were also brought out. The security staff shouted out, "They're dropping like flies in here," and frantically radioed for all available EMTs to mobilize. EMTs appeared in a matter of seconds and revived all 3 people with smelling salts, gave them water, and checked blood pressure. All 3 of them were white as ghosts and completely shaken. As soon as they were able to get on their feet, all of them grabbed a PETA vegan stomach kit. First of all, I really doubt that every single one of these people immediately grabbed the vegan stomach kit. Maybe they just grabbed it for food or something because they felt lightheaded. Secondly, maybe warn your audience first. Like, what the absolute hell, Morrissey and PETA? Would Morrissey even go so far to say that eating animals is the same as pedophilia because
What? Guys, because I eat so much chicken and hamburger, I'm a pedophile. That's right, guys. I need to be sent to jail, guy. I'm not gonna be streaming anymore. I have to be sent to jail because I'm almost like a pedophile because I've been eating hamburgers. No, I can't. No. This is actually. Oh my god. Okay, I need to do something I never do. I'm breathing in and out, Sonny. Oh, shit. Oh, God.
So, think about that for a moment. Maybe not. Morrissey fits right in with PETA, honestly, as he doesn't seem to have much value for human life either. According to one source, in a sweeping gesture of stupidity, Morrissey showed his true colors once more in 2011 when speaking about the Norway terrorist massacre, where 77 people were killed, declaring, "That is nothing compared to what happens at McDonald's in Kentucky Fried Chicken."
What the
In an interview, Morrissey once stated, "Reggae is to me the most racist music in the entire world.
You dick!
It's an absolute total glorification of black supremacy."
Who cares?
Ultimately, I don't have very cast iron opinions on black music, other than black modern music, which I detest. I detest Stevie Wonder. I think Diana Ross is awful. I think there.
Don't you dare F with my boy Stevie Wonder. Dude, you wanna know how cool Stevie Wonder is? During the civil rights movement, he was a blind little black boy, went to go sing in front of an audience, and nobody got mad. He is a cool ass person, and he's so sweet, man. I like Stevie Wonder. What's that song again? I can't remember what it's called. Oh wait, I called to say I love you. That's my favorite song. I just called to say I love you. I just called to know how much I care. I just called to say I love you. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Dude, he is such a Chad. All hail Stevie Wonder. I love Stevie Wonder.
I really do. I guess I really can't say it's that Morrissey is a Muslim person since their values would seem to align. Still, it's not as if that was just fell off, when the celebrity that he seems to be is also racist and who's expressed admiration for
You dick, you're my enemy now. You are. He is a subspecies to me. He's lower.
One more massively hypocritical spokesperson I wanted to talk about, and that's Steve-O. And this one's going to be a little hard for me because Steve-O is part of like what I grew up around. I watched like Jack So I admit this one's going to be a little difficult for me to go through and talk about, but I have to do it nonetheless. Steve-O has at times been praised as a hero among animal rights activists. He's done stunts to gain attention, like scaling a construction crane while carrying an inflatable...
Dude, that is the fastest time I've seen you join. Damn, bro. Alright. If you want to play Astroneer, 2 options. I can join your world or you can join mine. I'm fine with it. I'm fine
Let's
with
do
it.
my world, because we got that auto extractor, right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay,
we're trying to
guys, listen. You guys suck. You wanna know why? If you eat meat, according to PETA, you're like a pedophile. You guys have to go to jail, man. You guys
Even
suck.
though I bet you those people in PETA probably eat meat. How much you forgot?
People eat tasty animals.
I mean, I'm vegan. So, like, PETA can shut the fuck up.
And there you have it, PETA. You have been noted to shut the F up by a vegan. You should go cry yourself to sleep now.
PETA really needs
you
to
wankers.
Fuck off. Literally, I'm a vegan. And I don't even like them.
I would convert to a vegan if I wouldn't get so butthurt without all my commodities.
Yeah, Max has always, like, loved eating meat, so it's not really surprising.
My favorite meat is chicken.
Chicken. But even though I eat chicken, I'm very ashamed of the chicken industry. It is a garbage ass industry.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
It's horrible. I want them to change it.
Okay, there's some gun oil in here. Did you get it?
I know. I know where all the loot is in this house.
Yeah, I think everyone does.
And then there's a
Here,
little
this
bit
should
of
be
hair
collectible.
pomade here.
No, there should be a collectible in here. Never mind, just put in snake oil. I'm gonna actually slug a bottle of snake oil real quick so I can pick that one up.
Yo, guys, right now, I just used a bunch of these long platforms to measure out an octagonal, like, underground area, and it is
Rayce,
almost perfect.
Me and Gabe just realized in Red Dead Redemption we're wearing the same outfit and we have the same colored hair.
Ooh. What's it called? So, you know, like that giant chamber I was hollowing out, I tried to measure and failed? Well, I found a new way of measuring, and it's great, and it's almost perfect.
Oh, Rayce, I've got a question. Where are we gonna set that auto extractor up, on what planet and where?
Okay, so you have choices. I can either deploy it immediately.
Hey guys, you want me to send you an image of what that...
Oh, what? Oh, please, please, please send us an image. Please, I beg you.
I beg you.
I'll be on the teat of freaking knowledge.
Alright, hold on. Max, watch over Yukon. I got it.
Yukon. Oh, I'm about to say. My doggy is named Yukon.
Yeah, your dog is... What's... I've never seen your dog, actually.
I just kicked the Yukon once because he was being fucking
Oh,
annoying.
and also, here's my friend that looks like Barack Obama choking me out in Red Dead.
Oh, I'm dying!
Oh my god, the lips are good. As Troy from Borderlands 3 would say, oh, this is gold!
Dude, I'm not even kidding. Obama would beat Donald Trump's shit to a pulp. Bro, bro, Jake Paul versus Obama.
Barack Obama!
Barack Obunga.
Baraka Calabunga!
Obunga. Obunga. Obunga.
Among us, among us, among us, among us, among us, among us, among us.
Abunga,
Abunga, among us, among us.
Obama and Among Us confirmed no cap XX boy guy.
What the fuck?
XX Mr. Transgender.
When do you want to get on Astroneer?
Hey Gabe, can I just turn? Gabe, can I just turn in Yukon?
Turn him in, no balls.
Frank of John.
Die, you stupid cat.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Die, you stupid pussy.
Oh my god, quite literally.
Have you ever heard of a guy named Michael Larson?
No.
He broke, when he went onto this game show.
Bean, bean, bean.
Hunch.
Bean, 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 bean,
What's up, homies?
Why do you not answer unless you're FaceTime?
I don't know. You gonna go get me some food? What?
Tell her Obama was in the Wild West and he would murder people.
You want McDonald's? No, Culver's.
No, give me some Culver's.
McDonald's is for gay people. I demand
you give me food, yes, sir.
Hey, when I get home, we're gonna hook up the printer and work on your thing.
Hey, peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly. Wait, yeah, peanut
butter jelly in the nutsack.
I got her to hang up on me. Oh. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly,
peanut butter jelly.
Peanut butter in my peanut butter in my. Okay, when are you gonna get on when are you guys gonna get on Astroneer? I cannot wait. Are you getting on? Are you getting on? Oh my god, yes! He's on! I'm gonna stop streaming, guys, because I'm having an autist freak out. Be back. LOL!